Hey, g'day guys, Darren here. Long time no speak. I know it must be over a year. I'm not sure the last time I did a vid, but yeah, I just felt the urge to actually get back into making a few vids, putting up on the channel. I haven't even looked at my channel for over a year. I don't know what's going on there. I haven't replied to comments. Probably scammers everywhere. I don't know, but anyway, I decided to make a vid this month. Like an old-fashioned vid like I used to do, trying to pick out 3 stocks that might do well next month. A few things have changed since last time I did a video. I am actually a full-time trader now. I dedicate my whole life to it. Up till this point, pretty much in my life, I've tried a couple of times to be a full-time trader, but pretty much my whole life I've traded on the side. I've always had my own business or had a job or done something else and just traded as a bit of a sidelight. But since January this year, so this is 10 months now, I've been full-time. A few circumstances brought me to that, but mainly I just wanted to see how I went, just dedicate my life to it for this year, which is nearly over, and just see if I could do it. A bit of a challenge. And you have to excuse me, my dog's over there, he's chewing the bone, which he shouldn't be inside, but it's cold and wet outside, so I'll let him go. Yeah, it's been a hell of a challenge. One of the hardest things I've ever done, one of the best things I've ever done. I love it. I hate it some days. Yeah, it's exhilarating, it's depressing, it's everything. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be doing anything else, to be honest, at this stage anyway. And yeah, one of the best years of my life this year. And yeah, I've changed a lot of my philosophy about trading. I used to, I guess, more be a fundamental trader. Now I've done a 180 and I've gone to the dark side, and I'm pretty much fully a technical trader. Now I'm still experimenting with things. A year isn't really a long time. Like, I didn't come in as a complete greenhorn into trading, so I guess I had a little base of knowledge, you know, as we spoke about on here over the years. But yeah, I had a lot to learn when that's all you're focusing on. It's a mental game, very much a mental game, and yeah, it can be soul destroying some days, and like I say, exhilarating others. As you can see, I've got you know, I've got my charts up. I use Spark now. It's fantastic software if you're into you know, if you want your live prices and your charts. Charting's not the best. It's very basic. You can't even draw lines on it. So I have to go somewhere else to do that if I want to draw any support lines or resistance or trend lines or anything like that. Soxy. Sorry, I will stop because it's annoying me. Stop it. It's adorable. But yeah, as far as dynamic data goes, and just basic charting software, we can stick your moving averages on it. It's good. It's $200 a month, so I guess that's not cheap, but I guess it is cheap, you know, if you're making good money off it as well. My style, I still think after 10 months I'm still suffering from style drift. I've tried so many different things, and I guess that's what beginning, you know, trading for, you know, full time is. That's what it's all about. You've got to find a style that suits you. I definitely think I'm not a day trader, like buying and selling in the one day. I just can't seem to get the hang of that. It's too stressful, and I just kept getting burnt. You know, it was like 1 step forward, 2 steps back with day trading. I feel far more comfortable swing trading, so holding, like some do turn out to be day trades. If I get into something and it goes really well, I don't like to jinx it. I generally get out and take some profit. If not the whole amount, I might sell a third or a half and let the rest run. But most of the time I am looking at swing trades, anywhere from, you know, ideally if it does well, you know, 3 to 5 days, or up to a month or 2 or 3. Or longer, really, depending on what the stock does. It's still, you know, it's still organic at the moment. It's moving. I'm sort of, I feel like I've had a lot of style drift, but I'm just, these last few months in particular, really zoning in on a particular style. I use predominantly, probably for the last maybe month, 6 weeks, just using predominantly hour candles. I've just gone a bit longer time frame. I was on the 15 minutes for most of the time, but I've gone back to the hour, and I do flip between the 15-minute and the daily as well. And I find 1 hour is just sort of that sweet spot for me with the way I want to trade. And again, like I say, I do look at the 15-minute and daily, of course, just to see what the overall trend is on any stock. Yeah, anyway, so that's enough for now. I'll probably, in time go into a little bit more detail of what I'm doing day to day. But just for now, I wanted to talk about, like the old-fashioned videos I started making back in 2017, talk about 3 stocks that I think might do well next month. And obviously, this is just, I'm some bum in my office with a computer. I'm not a licensed professional, as you probably know. So always do your own research. These are just ideas that you might be able to mix in with your ideas and do your own research on them, maybe shares that you hadn't thought of. I'm generally sticking to the top 300 companies. I just feel more comfortable with them. I do have a specky portfolio as well, but I probably won't be talking about that too much on these videos. We'll just keep it to the top 200 or 300 stocks and see if we can get some decent gains out of them. Okay, so I just realised I did not have my boom mic connected, so the sound for that first bit may not have been great. Hopefully you still were able to hear me, but the proper mic is plugged in now, so it will sound better, I'm sure. Okay, so the first stock I'm going to talk about this month, I'm going to be pretty quick with these. It's PPK. It's a top 200 stock. PPK Group, I think, is the name of the company. They're a $1.2 billion market cap mining services company. Now, you might, I'll put the chart up there, and you can see that basically it's been on a great run for quite a while now, and it has had a pullback the last month or two. This is a typical sort of setup that I'm looking for on the daily chart. You'll probably see by the next two, they're fairly similar. And then I'm just looking for a bit of consolidation. Then I'll go to the hourly chart and look for a few things on that to see if I can time a bit of an entry. That's what I'm doing with this one. PPK, as we speak, they're $13.07. Today is the 26th of October 2021. So currently at $13.07. I'm in these, so I will disclose that I do own them. Initially $12.75, then more at $12.87, then more at $12.91. So I am in these. If they fall sort of below around the $12.40 mark, I'll be starting to get scared. So that'll sort of be where I will get out if they can't push higher from here. But I'm quite confident. To me, this is for what I look for. It's a really strong setup. So PPK, have a look at them. Do your own research, of course. But yeah, hopefully they'll have a good November. The next one, RMD. ResMed, they're obviously a big healthcare company in Australia, $14.5 billion market cap. Again, if you look at the chart, they're similar. They're up over $40. They've come back down. Currently, they're $35.68. Disclose again, I am in these. I'm in from $34.49 a couple of days ago, maybe last week sometime. I think they've got a little bit in them. I would like to see them take out their all-time high, to be honest. Get over that $40 again. So a bit of maybe 10% upside there. ResMed. They've sort of, I'm talking on the 26th of October. Maybe these were ones to be looking at a few days earlier when I did get in. But let's just see how they go. Any fall below their recent lows, and I'll have to admit I'm wrong on these ones as well, but reasonably confident on these ones. And the third one for this month, it's DMP, which is Domino's Pizza. Now, they had an awesome run where they were basically unstoppable for quite a few months there. They have fallen quite a lot. Again, they sort of suit that that pattern I'm looking for, a good quality stock that has come off its highs. I guess what we've got to decide then is were they priced correctly when they were at their highs, and now they're under their fair value, or were they over their fair value when they're at their highs and now they're coming back to fair value. So I guess that's what we've got to decide with these stocks that have come off their highs. I'm looking for the fact that they were fairly priced where they were, and they've come back to be below fair value, and they're the sort of stocks that I'm looking for with my trading, with my swing trading. I won't go in too much to what I'm looking for on the hourly chart. I think that's a whole video that I will do in the future. But anyway, just my first video back for a long time. 3 stocks to look at. Oh, hang on, DMP. You're looking for a buy around the $130 mark. I'm not in these. I'll disclose I haven't entered these yet. They're $132.40 right at the moment. But I'll just be following these over the next few days. If they can sort of, even if they get back to 130 and hold there and just sort of make 130 their base, I will be entering these. I'll assume in the next few days. But no guarantees. We'll talk about it next month whether I did or I didn't. Again, these are just 3 ideas that I've been mulling around with, and obviously do your own research on them. So, guys, it is good to be back. Just to let you know, life is good. Life is probably better than ever for me over here in WA. I know it's been a pretty traumatic few months, 18 months now, I guess, for the world. And if you live in Victoria and New South Wales, there's been obviously a lot more going on there than here so far. But yeah, hopefully you're coming through the other side there, and you're stronger and maybe wiser for it. Actually, one thing I will very quickly talk about is something that, I've been taking this pandemic seriously from the point of view that it was a bit of a wake-up call to my own personal health, and something that I have done. I've really started to take my diet very seriously. Without going too much into it, I did have a few mental health issues, I guess. Not so much depression, more anxiety with me. A few years ago, back in 2018, when I sold my business, didn't know what to do with myself. And I'm a real strong believer, almost to a religious point now, where your diet is so important. Having a healthy gut, healthy mind, that connection. So I'm really big on gut health, probiotics, prebiotics, and eating a healthy diet, because I think it's so important to our mental health to have a healthy gut. And because of that, I've also almost given up drinking alcohol. It's been over a year now, and I won't say I haven't had a drink in the last year, because I have, but it really is just a social thing. I call it sometimes food now, a bit like ice cream. You do it special occasion, the odd occasion, I'll have a drink. I don't get drunk, and I can go weeks, months without having a drink at all, which for me is a big deal, because I was an everyday drinker for many years, most of my adult life, actually all of my adult life, I think. So yeah, being off alcohol, just a part of, I don't want to eat well and then pour alcohol in there to kill all that good bacteria that I'm trying to grow in my stomach, if that makes sense. It's just a couple of little things. Just let me know in the comments if you see this video, how you're going, what's going on in your world, and hopefully we can sort of build a bit of a connection, like I was doing with many of you guys when I was consistently making videos, building up some good connections, which I've sort of lost. So if we have spoken in the past, do so again. I do remember a lot of you guys as well. One last thing, I'm back into Twitter, and I'm sure I have mentioned on this channel 3 or 4 times, 3 or 4 different channels or Twitter pages that I've started up, and then for some reason I haven't been using them. I forget the passwords and I start another one, which is what I've done again. So if you search the Aussie Share Trader, I think it's at Aussie Share, I think is my name, or whatever you call it, but the Aussie Share Trader is what I go under. yeah, if you search that and you find me and you follow me, I do put the occasional thought up on Twitter, and I have been doing that for the last few weeks and months as well. So that I quite like Twitter. It's brief and it's to the point, which I like. Yeah, so go on there if you want to, and you will find me on Twitter. One last thing, I got the Aussie Share Trader group, which I have kept going since I started it back in 2017. It's got over 7,000 members in it now. I'm not really active on that, but some people are, and there's some good folk in there that give out some reasonably good stuff. So you do that. You've got to go on there. There's 4 questions you've got to answer before you get in. Basic questions, but I'm just trying to keep as many scammers out as I can. You just got to name 2 of the big 4 banks. So just put CBA and ANZ, whatever. You've got to name the Australian Prime Minister. So don't put Scott John Morrison. That looks a bit sus. Looks like someone's just Googled it. So just put ScoMo or Scotty from Marketing, or that idiot is also sufficient. So if you want to go, if you're not already, the Aussie Share Trader group on Facebook, you'll find that there, and I'll let you in. Okay, guys, it is good to be back. I will speak to you soon. If you want to say hello in the comments, I will be keeping an eye on them and replying. So it'll be great to hear from you guys out there. No worries. Catch us.